The Charleston County Public Library System and students taking the SLIS 751 course on libraries, literacy, and literature have partnered up in an effort to design a literacy program that may be implemented to induce positive change within various communities in Charleston. One branch of CCPL participating in this partnership is the Dorchester Road Regional Library in North Charleston. We are now at the final phase of this partnership, and after a community analysis, a literacy assessment, and extensive research on literacy and access, this action plan has been created to address various literacy needs of individuals who are 18 years or older within and around the Dorchester Road Regional Library branch of the Charleston County Public Library System. Let us begin with a review of statistics about the community and population surrounding the Dorchester Road Regional Library. The Dorchester Road Regional Library is located in North Charleston, South Carolina. More specifically, it is located in the area of North Charleston with a zip code of 29418. As of 2017, there are just over 24,300 residents in this area of North Charleston. Women make up a slight majority of the population, comprising of 51%. The average age of residents living in this part of North Charleston is 36. About 19% of the population lives in poverty, and just over 5% is unemployed. Over 12% of the population is Hispanic, and 2% is Asian. Another 2% of the population is bi or multiracial. When it comes to education levels in the community, a high percentage of the population has earned a high school diploma or an equivalent of that degree. Almost 89% have achieved this level in their education. Just under 22% of the population surrounding the Dorchester Road Regional Library has earned a bachelor's degree, and 6.1% of the population has earned a graduate level degree. It is important to take note of how many households in the community surrounding the Dorchester Road Regional Library have computer and internet access. 13% of households in the community do not have a computer in their home. Furthermore, only about 69% of households have a broadband or internet subscription service. This means that over 30% of households contain citizens that may not have adequate access to online services, such as online banking, job applications, and jobs that require an online presence. According to Gerald Moore, who is the branch manager at the Dorchester Road Regional Library, lack of internet access still causes a huge digital divide among patrons who are 18 years and older. Angela Craig and Darlene Jackson are the Executive Director and the Deputy Director for the Charleston County Public Library System, respectively. During an online and live lecture for SLIS 751, Craig and Jackson shared CCPL's 5 focus areas for addressing the needs of the system's patrons in the communities that it serves. The 5 focus areas are literacy, community engagement, workforce development, equity, and educational success. Through this partnership, they are seeking ways to promote digital literacy among staff and patrons. The Dorchester Road Regional Library has several services and resources available to its 203,106 patrons and cardholders. Public computers, Wi-Fi access, and the ability to print both from computers and mobile devices has proven to be beneficial for the Dorchester Road Regional Library's patrons. Gerald Moore says that many students from a nearby school utilize the computers during after-school hours for gaming and browsing, and adult patrons use the computers and Wi-Fi access to send documents as email attachments and upload resumes to job sites. However, This becomes an issue for patrons at the Dorchester Road Regional Library when individuals monopolize the use of the computers, which prevents patrons with seemingly more critical needs from completing tasks that they need to complete. Because of a focus on digital literacy, the Charleston County Public Library System already has several resources and strategies in place to assist patrons. Recently, in an effort to narrow the digital divide among citizens in Charleston, CCPL has made 90 Google Chromebooks accessible for patrons to check out and use for a set period of time. They are also offering 90 Kajit mobile Wi-Fi hotspots for patrons to check out if needed. These Chromebooks and hotspots are available at 9 of the Charleston County Public Library branches, including the Dorchester Road Regional Branch. The Charleston County Public Library has a strong social media, Facebook and Instagram presence, using these social media platforms to share videos and articles that may be helpful to patrons. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Charleston County Public Library staff members ensured availability by having cell phones that patrons could call in order to ask questions and get information. During the pandemic, CCPL also kept on their Wi-Fi, which enabled patrons to access information and other resources via the Internet. According to Gerald Moore, CCPL staff members participated in an internal professional development program known as Strive for 85. This program is used to equip library and information professionals with the skills needed in order to better assist patrons with technology needs. In my communication with Gerald Moore, he made the point that there are just so many various and diverse needs among patrons when it comes to digital literacy. Some patrons have an understanding of technology that allows them to be more independent when navigating digital resources. Some patrons have some knowledge of technology, and others have not had technology as a prominent part of their lives, so they may have no basic computer and technical skills at all. This creates a digital divide among patrons, and staff members must have enough knowledge of digital resources to be able to assist patrons with their various needs and at the patron skill level. While CCPL has tried to address this divide among their staff, I propose that CCPL also look into hiring a team of librarians that specialize in technology and digital resources. It will be imperative that these librarians have certifications for Google and other prominent platforms that may be used by patrons. CCPL should start by spending a set amount of time collecting data about computer use in the library. This data should inform CCPL about what computers are used for, how long patrons use the computers, and what types of questions are asked about digital resources and technology. Then, CCPL can create schedules for the team of specialized librarians and place them at various branches throughout Charleston to assist with digital literacy needs. They should be scheduled to be at branches according to when the data says that patrons are more likely to inquire about digital needs. In order to address the monopolizing of computers that takes place at Dorchester Road Regional Library, I propose that the library reserve a section of computers that require patrons to sign up for a time slot in order to use. That leaves some computers available for patrons who want to browse, play games, or communicate with others at any time of the day, while also ensuring that those who need to use a computer will have access to one at a specified time. This is a planner strategy that will need to be monitored over time and adjusted in order to make sure that enough computers are categorized one way or the other. Finally, I propose that CCPL create narratives that help patrons navigate their technology and digital needs. Jen Taggart introduced to SLIS 751 students the idea of social narratives, which are simple stories or instructions with pictures that help patrons prepare for a new experience. CCPL can adapt this practice to create digital or technology narratives that include instructions for sending an email with an attachment, creating a resume, or using a Web 2.0 tools such as Google Docs. These narratives should also include pictures that help to guide the patron through the steps of completing a task. CCPL, or even just Dorchester Road Regional Library, could create a print and digital library with these narratives that patrons can access when needed and if there is not an available staff member. These action steps, in addition to conversations with patrons and data, can help to promote digital literacy and lessen the digital divide among the CCPL staff and patrons who are served not only at the Dorchester Road Regional Library, but all across Charleston.